One of the first things game designers learn, and I'm warning you, it sounds completely wrong, is that taking things seriously is the secret to fun. Yeah, I know, that sounds so lame, because fun should be carefree, right? No rules, no limits, just doing whatever one feels like doing. But turns out that's not the most fun we can have. Fun needs limits and rules. Fun needs something to push against, because if nothing matters, well, nothing matters, and fun will leave as fast as GTR Euro Series did. You can see this everywhere in racing. Real racing, obviously, full of rules. You can't just cut the corner because you felt like it. The same goes for sim racing too. Think about the most fun races you've ever had. It's not the ones where you just plow into turn 1 and take out half of the grid and go like, relax guys, it's just a game. No, it's the races where you push your limits but keep it clean. And at the end you come across a line, let's say P8 or whatever, but you are thinking, hell yeah, that was sick. That feeling only exists because there were rules. Now with that in mind, reaction time. This is something that has been bothering me for a while. And I've always brushed it away because really, I'm way too slow to even be allowed to worry about it. I don't want to be that guy who is wannabe pro, obsessing over a 10th here, a 100th there, while, missing apex by 3 business days and exiting corners slower than Stroll will ever exit Aston Martin. So I'm not doing this because this is the last thing that is separating me from winning races. I'm doing this to take my hobby more seriously and thus have more fun. Also, let's not shy away from the fact that good reaction time can give us advantage when we are fighting for first, 10th, or not to be last place. It also helps us to get out of the trouble. There are real benefits from good reaction time, even if we are far from perfect. If you also want to take your sim racing a bit more serious and with that have a bit more fun, let's do this together and let's improve our reaction time. Before we get to it, we should probably know what we're talking about. Reaction time is simply time it takes to respond to an event. The time between messing around and finding out. But the important part, not all reaction times are the same. The fastest ones are reflexes. These are basically your body going, oh hell no, before your brain even shows up. We don't control them, we can't train them, they just happen. Sort of finger fire reflex. And they're insanely fast, around 20 milliseconds or so. That's more than 5 times faster than an average blink, which is super cool, but also completely useless because we can train them and they barely matter in sim racing, as we all have them very, very fast. Now, 2 reaction times that we actually use on every single lap are simple reactions and choice reactions. Starting with the simple ones. These are binary, something happens or it doesn't. Your brain is concentrating on one thing and waiting for it to change. Perfect example, standing starts. We know exactly what we're waiting for. Lights on, lights out, go. No guessing, no thinking. Because these are binary, these reactions are relatively fast. Most people land somewhere between 170 and 250 milliseconds. 170 is possible, but it's more of a Bottas in Austria 2019 situation. A little guessing, a little luck, and a lot of internet arguments. We use simple reactions constantly in sim racing. Rolling starts, standing starts, pit lane limiter, in and out, safety car restarts, flags, penalties, even dynamic stuff counts, like learning track conditions and expecting a snap or oversteer in the next lap. And again, the beauty is that we can control them and we can train them. Then comes choice reactions. This is where things get messy. Choice reactions are slower because they're not binary. Our brains are watching everything and asking, do I need to react? No, maybe, wait, yes. This is where racing actually happens. Someone dive bombs, defend, do nothing, or cut back. Slipstream battles, shifting braking points, random over or understeer, chaos at the start line. So many things could happen and we need to keep tabs on all of them. Even in a boring race, your brain is working overtime, and that makes racing exciting. There are no 2 laps alike. These reactions are much slower, around 350 milliseconds and up. There are no perfect target number here because there are so many different situations. So what matters is general improvement. That saved slide, that avoided contact, that corner that we didn't throw away. Now, that's how races are won. Now, a quick goal check or reality check is that absolute human limit for consistent visual reactions is around 160 milliseconds. Trained racers usually sit around 190 to 210, and that's our target. If we start at 260 and improve by 30 or 40 milliseconds, multiply that by hundreds of moments per race, and that's a massive difference. Again, reaction times will not magically win races, but bad reaction time will absolutely lose them. You might ask, how do we train our reaction time? And at its core, it's very simple. We expose ourselves to controlled, repeatable events so that our neural pathways become faster, cleaner, and more predictable. It's like a muscle memory, but for brain. Of course, there are many variables that impact our reaction time. Anything from sleep, food, mental state, and so on. But all else being equal, a trained brain reacts faster than untrained one. So I looked at a lot of tools. Websites like Human Benchmark, Reaction Tests, Starlight Simulator, most of them do just one single exercise. Color changes, you click, you get a number. Useful but limited. Not great on the go, progress tracking is meh, and hardware starts to play a role. So I'd say these are great to find out your reaction time, not to train it. And then there are apps, and boy oh boy, they're monetized. If you thought that F1 race suit is like a walking billboard, just try out those apps. You want more exercises? Pay. You want no ads? Pay. You want to breathe? Also pay. There is variety in exercises, but there's nothing built specifically for racing, which leaves me only one option: to build an app by myself for all of us. It's gonna be free, without a single ad, no nonsense subscriptions or strange PDFs to download, and it will be full with exercises built specifically for us racers. So that's the plan. I will be making a new video every week or so to keep you updated on the progress. So if you like the idea, make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss anything. Next week, I'll start breaking down the actual exercises that will be in the app, and for that, I really need your input. What exercises have you tried before? Maybe what moments you had in racing where you thought, yep, that was too slow. Anything you can tell me will help massively to build a tool that works for all of us, not just me. Also, what features would you like to see? Is it progress tracking, daily routines, short sessions, long sessions, public leaderboards? Though keep in mind that I don't want to make this as yet another platform where we can compete. This will be more like a personal training tool to be our best selves, not to compete with others. That's it for the first video of the series. It came out theory heavy, but don't worry, next week we get our hands dirty. Thank you so much for watching. Over and out.